this reminds me of my friend when I just listen to your name. That is Parveen, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But in South India, especially, we have a name, especially for the males. We call them as Praveen.
Parveen, yes.
Praveen. And also I have one more friend because I was in Gurgaon for 6 years. So there I have one more friend. His name is Parveen Sharma. So I always call him Praveen. He reminds me saying that, hey, it is not Praveen, it is Parveen. You're being an English trainer and you pronounce my name in a wrong way. That's really bad. So he always, he feels annoyed by,
all my life I've struggled with my name. Okay.
Hi.
Great. Hello, Priya. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Great. I'm good. Thank you. Where are you from?
I'm from Andhra Pradesh, which is a southern state.
Right. Okay.
In India.
You're still in Andhra Pradesh only or somewhere else?
No, right now I'm living in Chennai.
In Chennai. Okay. For work?
Not for work. My husband works here. So, yeah.
Okay. So you had to tag along with him.
Of course. It's the Indian mentality that you need to go wherever you see. Before marriage, you will be with your father.
Yes.
After marriage, you will be with your husband. That's it.
Yes. Oh, it's this age, that I'm also reaching a certain age. I'm 23 right now. So they're like, so I get this constant notifications, like you have 3 or 4 more years, then we'll start finding a guy for you, and then we'll do this, we'll do that. I'm like, oh my God, why don't you get some other topic to talk about?
But really, parents, obviously, they just think only, this is the moment and this is the thing that finally should happen. So
this is the aim for which the kids have come into this existence. So I feel like, come on, open your eyes, go forward, keep a widened view, That's why I feel sad that, oh God.
Maybe you can sit once and you can try to explain your parents if it's really, bothering you a lot. Because yes, of course, see, you have to do it willingly. We cannot do anything without our willingness, because that won't be, it'll not end up good.
So that's what I told them. I'm like, okay, once and for all, hear me out. Do not start any discussion about this topic at this moment. I am not interested. That's what I told them. They just make this face and they're like, fine, we won't bring it up. I'm like, good, thank you. Because it's, it's so disturbing. And I feel like, oh God, every now and then, whenever I go into a room with them, we start discussing these things. And I'm like, 4 years we have.
So you keep a note on everything that a student talks?
I try to.
Okay. So I can see the book in front of you. So that's what I'm asking.
That's what I keep with me when I'm talking to somebody.
Yeah. So you correct them regularly, like whenever they do any mistake, or is there any certain point that only at this point of time or at the end of the session I correct them? So is there anything like that?
The learner's choice, actually. So they beforehand tell me that please correct us after every sentence or after every mistake we've made. And some prefer like, we don't want to be corrected, we're just here to talk, so just let us talk. And some are like, at the end of the session, just give us our feedback. So we get all sorts of people.
Yeah, I understand.
Generally, I prefer to correct them after the session, because pointing it out every now and then, then it kind of breaks their flow. Which is not so good.
Of course, it's going to, break their confidence, especially when they're talking confident. They think that they're making less mistakes and, talking. So probably if you correct them at every point of time, they find it little, discouraging.
Annoying also. Yeah, it's like, okay, I am making so many mistakes, then what is the point of actually talking? So then they start holding themselves back, which we try to avoid here. But what number of session is this for you?
For me, probably I think it's the 10th or maybe 12th. I don't remember. Yeah.
Okay. So how are your sessions going?
Yeah, well, I have to say that I'm not really for only learning English, because I'm myself a trainer. So I'm a verbal trainer.
Okay.
So I'm here only just to, have a casual talk with the speakers and just, share it on my YouTube platform. That's it.
Oh, you have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's about the
So,
conversations that you're
yes,
having here.
yes. Because see, the once we speak, we share we share the ideas, especially, and this kind of conversation might be, it will be useful to learn the pronunciation, and also especially the sentence formation, sentence structure, and also in a fun way of understanding, because I know anyways Clapingo speakers won't be so boring. They're so exciting every time. The moment you start your session, they'll be so energetic that they always pull their energy to the fullest and start
Yes.
talking, and
That's
also
right.
sharing ideas, and also guiding them in a good way, guiding the students especially in a good way.
That's right.
So that's really interesting for me.
Thank you so much. But I think we are talking for the very first
And
time.
coming, sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt
no.
you in the middle, but this reminds me of my friend when I just listened to your name, that is Parveen, right?
Yeah, yes.
But in South India especially, we have a name especially for the males, we call them as Praveen.
Praveen, yes.
Praveen. And also I have one more friend, because I was in Gurgaon for 6 years, from
Okay.
2016 till 2022. I was there
Right.
itself. So
Right.
there I have one more friend. His name is Parveen Sharma. So I
Okay.
always call him Praveen.
Praveen.
He reminds me saying that, hey, it is not Praveen, it is Parveen.
Praveen.
You're being an English trainer and you pronounce my name in a wrong
Oh,
way. That's really
oh, oh.
bad. So he always, he feels annoyed by, by
All
the end
my
of the
life,
day.
I've struggled with my name. All my life, I've had varied pronunciations of my name. So there was a point when I was like, call whatever you want me. I don't care. Call whatever you want. Praveen, Parveen. There was my Hindi teacher who was also my class teacher. So whenever she
Okay.
took attendance, once she called me Parvez. So I'm like, oh God, this is the worst ever.
That's not sounding like a rhythmic word.
Exactly.
It's not even rhyming.
I'm
How
like,
can she
what is
call
wrong
Parvesh?
with her? So I still I said present ma'am, because I know she was trying to take my name only. So I'm like, it's fine. It
Yeah.
doesn't bother me anymore. So
Yeah.
I'm okay. And the funny thing is that my brother and I, both of us, we have sort of names like this only that are so hard to pronounce or
Okay.
are always mispronounced. His name is
Yeah.
Sami. That's Sami. That's
Sami.
Sami, right?
Okay.
And his friends call him Sammy or
Sammy. Yeah. Yeah.
Samir or Swami. And he's also like, call whatever you want. We both of them, we don't care anymore.
Yeah.
So we're like, fine.
Maybe for the first time they'll just mispronounce it, and maybe later they'll understand. Once you correct them, yes, this is my name, so probably they're going to do
Oh
that.
God. Still struggling. But I did have a friend. She was this person, whenever somebody took my name in the wrong way, she was like, ma'am, it's not Praveen, it's Parveen. So I'm like, it's okay. So she was the one who used to get annoyed, like, please take her name properly.
Yeah, of course.
So I
Even
really
see, our name is the only identity, right?
identity, exactly.
Of course, it's not even our face. If you just have to, understand it's only our name. So the way you have to pronounce, and even you have to pronounce the name accurately. Why? Because usually in Indian mythology, we keep names from the god or goddesses.
God. Correct.
So you cannot mispronounce the names. That's really bad. So I need to say that you cannot do that. Maybe you can call in like Praveen, Parveen. Okay, that's fine,
That
because
is
even
done.
Praveen is a God's name, or Parveen is a God's name. But you cannot call Parvez, Parvi, Sammy, Somni.
Yes.
So
It
that's
doesn't make
annoying.
sense. That
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. That is the problem here. So at one point, it is like, okay, it is written. You can make a differentiation between PAR and PRA. You need to open your eyes and see.
Yes, maybe that. See, when you're trying to tell you, I mean, about actually, we're trying to recall your memories, right? Like the name by actually your teacher mispronounced your name. So maybe that's when you're 8 years, 10 years, might be 12 years.
In 8th class.
Maybe in 8th class, maybe you might be 14 years or whatever it is. Let's not talk about the age. But it's somewhere back 14 years back ago, or might be 20 years
14,
ago,
10,
right?
10, 12 years
So
back.
at that time, people were not really, accurate about pronunciation. We did not focus much about pronunciation because that time we don't have the awareness of pronunciation. Not at all. People used to, start pronouncing the words as whatever they wish.
Whatever comes into their mind, they're okay with it.
Yes. But now the horizons, we have crossed the boundaries. Now
They have different standards.
Yes. Now, of course, each and everything is really important when it comes to English speaking. You need to enunciate the words properly. You need to know the syllables. You need to know the intonation, like how you speak. And also you need to take breaks in between. See, when you're writing, you keep a full stop, you keep a comma. But what about in speaking? Would you do that?
We always miss that part. Yeah.
So we need to understand like how we have to speak. And whenever we're posing also a question, people usually say that, how are you doing? Why can't you say, how are you doing?
We have
so
the tendency of missing out words.
There's a lot of difference, how you say that and how well you do the other question. They're not the same question. There are different ways to ask, right?
And in today's time, I feel they have made the language like so casual that everything has become acceptable.
Yes.
That whatever you say, yes. If it's understandable, it's acceptable.
Yeah.
I feel if you don't know a certain thing, it's all right. Work on it. But what you don't know, if it is acceptable, it doesn't mean that it's correct. So you always need to strive to make correct statements, correct questions, pronunciations. And language is all about these things only. That's why it's a language. It's not a subject, right? It's not SST, or it's not science, biology. No, it's English or Hindi or whichever language it is. It is made of these little things only. And if these things are omitted, then there is no point. So it's actually very important to focus on these things, which today's generation or today's people have started to forget. That's the problem.
No, actually, some people are really realizing. We cannot say that it's completely, ignored by a lot of people, or it's completely ignored by people. They're focusing actually these days because of the internet and also because of the YouTube, especially. Everyone, started to search, how do you pronounce this? How do you pronounce that? What is this? What is that? Is this the right way of asking the question? Is this the right sentence? Is this the right idiom? So yes, of course, the exposure is more. The knowledge has, and obviously it has spread its horizons, and it's going, beyond the boundaries, and everyone are, on this platform, especially. This is a very cool platform. I think students, you must utilize that, and you must really fulfill your dreams to speak, fluent. Even I say that I'm not really fluent. I cannot say that, seriously. Every day, even being a speaker, or might even be an educator, I feel that I need to learn every day.
Exactly.
You should be a learner. See, when there are mistakes, everyone will make mistakes. It's not that we are perfect, so that's why we are here to train you. No, not at all like that. So even I train people. I train for IELTS, TOEFL, GRE, GMAT and all. I'm verbal trainer myself. So I just give classes, and I just tell them in a polite manner that yes, you need to do, you should work on this kind of subject. You need to work on this part of your English. So that's the way they'll understand, because they're not really kids, right? Strict, or be stringent or scold them or say that wrong. You go, you just read. Yeah, you should talk with them in a friendly manner.
No matter where or how far your knowledge extends to, it is like language. It's vast. You cannot know every aspect of a particular topic. That's very true. Whenever I'm taking a demo also, I tell that person that even if we are sitting on this side of the screen, it doesn't mean that we don't make mistakes. Everybody does, right? It's just that we focused more on trying to correct them with time. And you are at a stage where you need somebody to help you with the same. That's all.
That's it.
There is no difference between you and I. That's the
Yeah.
only thing that I tell them.
But students still get nervous saying that, ma'am, I really don't know anything, so I cannot speak. So whatever you'll speak, I'll listen and I'll just, absorb that. Might be I'll try to, become you one day. But I say, no, you should become more than me. You should not compare that. Yes, I want to become like you. You will be perfect one day.
True. Maybe, maybe you get a chance to polish yourself. Maybe if you get a chance to know more than I do, then maybe you can become a better person than me, or a better person of your version that there is. Why is it only like, no, we have to become like you? No. You can be much better than us. Yes, of course. If you just need that guidance, that correct direction where you are trying to go into. That's all. But you get all sorts of learners, right? The
Yes.
verbal part where you...
Yeah, of course. I can't even, count how many number of students that I've trained. Maybe some corporate sessions we train around 100 of students on, you feel like, am I the one like really efficient in dealing these people, these students? So that time I say, no problem, that it's just just the part of my job, and I need to train people. I'm here just to train people. I'm not here just to say that I'm like the boss and you need to listen me. No, that'll be again an arrogant way of explaining things.
Exactly.
So arrogancy that will never give you a good wings to fly, but it will always bring you down where you are, and maybe bring you even more lower than what you are.
What you are.
Yeah.
Of course. No, I like it. It is like we have to keep them as an equal, no? Maybe I see so many people who get rejected from their job interviews just because their English is a bit, it's not up to the mark.
Rude. Yes, of course. Yes, as you said, that's the right point. Sometimes we come across rude. Yes, to the other person.
Exactly.
That time, really, you have to apologize if you're really, hurting someone's feelings.
Yes, it's just that today, in today's world, it's like people don't realize that. So if you do not pick the right set of words, it can actually create a negative impact.
Yes.
That's why choosing your words wisely is very important.
That's why even now I keep a dictionary beside me sometimes.
No, that is good. That is a very nice habit, I should say.
Because
dictionary is like such a good habit that you go through.
Yeah. No, I don't follow every time Google. I don't rely on Google. So I keep a dictionary. Maybe it's a traditional way that I'm following.
No, I really like it. That's a very nice